I remember when I was around 10 years old, at school we had this class that will prepare you for high school, and then eventually they were like saying like, hey, you're going to go to high school, then university, then going to get a job. And during this class we're like exploring all sorts of opportunity that you could take. And the teacher was asking like, who wants to become like a bricklayer or a firefighter or a psychologist, you know, and kids were raising their hands. And one of the questions was, which I still vividly remember, which was, who wants to become a pilot? Right? And a lot of young guys with a lot of aspiration, excitement, that try for freedom to make their parents proud, they were raising their hands. A lot of them. And you know, years later, here's my pilot license, right? So I fly one of the smaller airplanes, and this is just a hobby of mine. But the fact is that I have manifested this dream of mine, and I'll share a few flying videos to inspire you potentially as well to pick this up as a hobby. I wouldn't recommend no one recommend to actually become an airline pilot, as it's one of the most responsible but stressful jobs that you can have out there, with the least amount of freedom, in fact. Because I was on that path to actually become an airline pilot, but I let it go halfway through because I realized it wasn't something for me. I was craving, you know, to live at the beach, to live a life on my terms, to run a business from home, which I'm doing right now. And throughout my life, and you know, like this pilot license is just one of the one of the many achievements that I had throughout my life. And recently I was deeply reflecting upon all the small achievements and phases of our lives where things were so incredibly tough, yet my family and I were able to get ourselves out of that situation and manifest something out of nothingness. And I wanted to create like a framework for you, that you, towards the end of the video, an amazing exercise that I practice all the time, that you can use straight away, take action, and get yourself closer and closer to your own dreams, to your own goals, right? Because the last thing that you want to be is being like 60, 70 years old, and when you were young, you had those dreams of, you know, owning a supercar or being able to fly airplanes, but you just haven't achieved it. And the question is why, right? Because like every single man, like this, like first phase of flying, it's very cheap. It costs like $10,000. You just have to sign up at a flight school, do a few exams, and get started. It is as simple as that. Yet out of the kids that were in the class that I was talking about, like none of them have actually achieved it, right? And that's a painful truth for billions of people that just don't manifest their dreams. And you might say, oh yeah, this guy is like, he had like rich parents or something. He got everything from his mom and dad or anything like that. No. Like in fact, my parents and I, like we probably had the worst card dealt when I was born. I was born in the Soviet Union, by the way. And during the collapse of the Soviet Union, like the currency went basically to zero. All the cash and money that you had in the bank, like it was just out of in a span of few months. All the money that you had, where you could buy a car for, the next few months you could only buy like a package of eggs for, right? So that was the kind of like environment I grew up. And my parents decided to move to the Netherlands, where I grew up and done the school and educational system and everything like that. And after I graduated in the end, I decided to move to Australia, where I am right now. So I don't know why it happened the way it happened, but I'm just incredibly fortunate and thankful for everything, because I have 3 nationalities now, which is just insane. And the neighbors that we had back then in Russia, where we're living in a flat, our exact neighbors, they are still there. They're living like the exact same life as they were living like 25 plus years ago. So why is that? Like, why is one person like why are some neighbors, they go ahead and achieve all their dreams, while some neighbors and some people, they just stay exactly where they are and just, you know, never accomplish anything, right? And I've been, as I mentioned before, really deeply thinking about like how to actually do this. Like how, what if you're in a really bad situation right now and you want to get out? May that be you're working in a job that you don't desire, you want to do either a different career or work online like myself, or whatever it is that you want to do. It doesn't matter. It's like your dreams. What I have accomplished for another person might be like, yeah, like that doesn't even matter, right? It's all about you and your accomplishments, right? And the concept that the conclusion that I came up with is that manifestation happens as a desire, as an imagination of a person. My mom and my father, they had the desire and they were actively thinking of moving out of Soviet Russia back then. And they were actually, you know, my father, he went to the library because there wasn't internet or anything like that. And he was actively looking at pictures in Europe and different countries, like how could it look like if we would be living in Paris, for instance, or in Germany, or in the Netherlands. And he was going through the library books and vividly imagining the countries that he potentially could go to, right? And eventually my parents chose the Netherlands, right? Don't ask me why, but they chose the Netherlands, which I'm, you know, forever thankful of, because, you know, without them I would have no opportunity whatsoever. In fact, might have been fighting in the war right now, right? So that is the seriousness of achieving your dream can have, right? If you don't achieve your dream, you can be in a catastrophic situation right now, right? As well, at least for myself, I could because I'm in that age range where I could get like a letter letter from Vladimir Putin saying, hey, you have to go to Ukraine right now and fight there for whatever it is that they're fighting there, right? But now I live in Australia. So the first step is, whatever situation you're in right now, grab a notebook, grab a piece of paper and a pen, write down however crazy your goals is, it doesn't matter, just write them down. What are your goals for your health? What are your goals for your relationship? Which countries do you want to visit? What hobbies do you want to have? What job do you want to have? What career path? Do you want to have an online business? How much money do you want to make? Then it's about starting to take action, because coming back to the pilot license example, the first time that I really wanted it, I was around like 18, 19 years old, but I had zero money whatsoever. I had maybe like 300 or 400 euros. But one thing that I've done back then was booking just a trial lesson, a 30-minute trial lesson, which costed around 100 euros, which was like 25% of my whole net worth. But I was willing to take that risk and just sign myself up for at least half an hour of flying, just to see if I even like it, right? So don't be afraid to try a little bit. You don't have to like, you know, do everything at once, like pay tens of thousands of dollars. Take a lesson. If you like tennis, sign up for a club, do a trial. Usually it's even for free, right? You can go to any kickboxing, any Muay Thai, any MMA club, grab a single for free, one lesson. It doesn't cost you anything, right? So get in the habit of taking action towards whatever it is that you want to become. Another powerful exercise is, when I was living in Melbourne, like one of our first apartments, my wife and I, and this is like years later, we were living in the city, and I had that desire to live, you know, right at the beach in Melbourne. It is an opportunity, because I was like cycling across the beach and I saw these amazing places, and I was like, wow, this is where I want to live. But as you can imagine, it's almost impossible to rent here. Like all the places are fully full. It's both renting as well as buying is almost impossible, because as soon as something comes on the market, it's gone straight away. So I've set intentions, and what I've been doing, the few places that came on the market, I was going there and kind of pretending to buy those places and see what it's actually like to live right at the beach. And I've got here still the vision board in front of me with the picture of the place that I was actually inspecting, sort of say. I was going to that place and seeking, seeing what it is like to live right at the beach, waking up, hearing the birds, hearing the ocean, and just sit at the couch and just look outside. Wow, like how beautiful is the water here? And really, like I almost, that's how crazy it is. But those are the exercises I was doing. I was going to the neighborhoods where I potentially could live. And then years later, I got a call from our real estate agent, which was, hey, would you like to inspect the place right at the beach? Because I put the intention down there. I went to the real estate agent and told them, like, hey, if there's something appears on the market, just give me a ring. I'm happy to check it out. And this person out of the blue called me. I checked out the place. There was no one to compete. We're the only people inspecting this place, and just like, yeah, let's do it. And that's another example of manifestation. So to summarize everything for you and to help you take action straight away, I don't want to be one of those entertaining videos where it's just like you kind of watch something and then you go to the next video and to the next video. I want to give you this vision board. It is in Canva. It's as easy as drag and drop. You can put down all the pictures, all the things that you aspire, hobbies, places you want to live, countries you want to visit, and you can put down the photos in there, right? From personal experience, I haven't found like repeating affirmations that to be working quite well. I'm a very visual person. I need to feel things and I need to see things. And then once it kind of like, when I experience it, like I know whether that's something I want to achieve or not, right? So that's how I approach manifestation. And I'm going to give you this exercise straight away. You can, it's a drag and drop. It's a drag and drop sheet that I've created that I'm using myself, and you can just insert your own images in there. It's a fun exercise to get you a little bit excited about life. What is it that you want to do? You know what I mean? And yeah, I hope the examples some of them were quite extreme. Some of them were subtle. By all means, I'm like not the most successful person in the world or anything like that. But recently I've had these like crazy realizations, like, oh wow, like I'm just so thankful for everything that I've experienced. And I've been trying to reverse back those components and trying to understand, like, how did we actually get here? And those are the exact lessons that I'm sharing with you right now. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. My name is Konstantin, by the way, late introduction. But yeah, I run a digital marketing agency. If you're curious a little bit, like, well, what I'm actually doing, like how can I live at the beach and, not go with the train to work all the time. That's what I do. We help clients help clients grow through digital marketing. I've got a lot of videos on this channel as well if you're interested. Beside that, I speak about, spirituality, make money online, personal growth. If you're interested in more of these videos, drop a like, drop a subscribe, and I'm excited to see you in the next one.